Hello and welcome to Library Connection. I'm Mandi Cantrell, Youth Services Director at the B.B. Comer Memorial Library here in Sylacauga. I want to take this time to thank TV47 and Robert especially for all they do to help us do this program to let you know about different things going on in the community at the library. Today we're talking about library books. Marilyn Willis from the library has joined me. You may remember Marilyn from downstairs, but she's moved upstairs with me. Has it been about a year?
Yes, almost a year.
Almost a year, I think so. So I'm glad you're upstairs with me.
I am too.
We have a lot of great books, don't we? Well, I know during the Christmas holidays, it's a good time to read books because if you've got kids, especially kids in school, they have a little more free time. It's a nice time to read books. It's a nice time to give books as gifts, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Some of our newer books, maybe some of our favorite books that we've gotten in, and we just want to share them with you in case you want to buy a gift or come check out a book. I want to start first with The Magic in Stone. This is not a children's book necessarily, but it's Magic in Stone, The Sylacauga Marble Story by Ruth Beaumont Cook. This is a wonderful book. I actually bought one of these. I'm from Sylacauga. I wanted to have the whole story and be able to pass this on to my children, and it's a very good book. It talks about just the history of Sylacauga marble. Here are a lot of names in there that you'll know. Edward Gant, where the Gant's Quarry got its name, Moretti. So this is a wonderful gift. We had these for purchase at the Comer Library for $29. I've bought other things similar to this to give to friends who used to live in Sylacauga, but now they've moved away, and just a little something about their hometown. So if there's someone that you have a hard time knowing what to buy them, this is a wonderful gift. Or someone that loves Sylacauga, this is a wonderful gift. So, all right. Well, Marilyn, you've got a stack of books.
Yes, I do.
Great. Why don't you just go ahead and start?
Okay, well, this first book I'm going to talk about is The Cookie House. It's by Margaret Hillard. Let me tell you a little bit about Margaret Hillard. Okay.
She has written so many books.
She has.
For early readers.
Margaret Hillard has helped millions of children all over the world to learn independently. She was a first grade teacher for 34 years, and during that time, she started writing these books for little kids. I have a elementary teacher that always contacts me when she wants some books for her little preschoolers, and she always chooses Margaret Hillard.
Great. They have the sight words you can sound out, so just a great choice. That's a good one. Now, I chose a Christmas book first. This is called Dasher by Matt Tavares, I think is how you say that. This is the story of how Santa got his 8 reindeer. His sleigh used to be pulled by an old horse. The horse was getting older, and it's Dasher and his family. So this is a real fun read, especially during the Christmas season. So I like that. Dasher by Matt Tavares.
Okay, next I have The Fly Guy. I know everyone knows about The Fly Guy. Both of these, one of them is easy and the other one is nonfiction. The little boys love the nonfiction one because it has a lot of interesting things in there. Helps them really in exploring things. It's very good, very good.
And they love Fly Guy books.
Yes.
We ordered, I don't know, 15 or so. We had a few, and they are checked out all the time.
All the time.
And I will tell you, Marilyn has wonderful displays upstairs. Fly Guy was on a display. Yes. That's how we know they're gone. They were all on the shelf, and we go back in there, and there's 2, maybe. Yes. So I appreciate you, Marilyn, making everything look so pretty upstairs. But this is another one, Click, Clack, Quack to School. If you're familiar with Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type by Doreen Cronin and Betsy Lewin, I love these stories about the farmer, Farmer Brown, and the duck and the cows always getting into some kind of trouble or having some kind of problems, but these are so fun. This is one of the newest ones. It's called a Click Clack book. So if you're a fan of the others, you will love this one too.
All right, this is Mermaids, Quest for Clean Water. Okay, the Mermaid book is part mermaid, part kitten. It talks about 3 girls, 3 best friends that love working together and having fun together. And all the little girls love mermaids.
They do. They love mermaids. All of them do. That's a fun read, and that's for older children.
Yes,
I mean, not,
it is.
It's
for
not. It's,
either.
it's chapters. I
It
guess.
is.
Yeah, great. And that's a series too.
It sure
so I'm
is.
glad of that. Now this is one called Stretch by Doreen Cronin, the same person who wrote Click Clack Quack to School. There's several of these books, Stretch and Bounce, things like that. They are good things to get you up and moving, to read, and you do the activities in the book. You stretch. You can stretch with a roar. You can stretch underwater, stretch on a wave, things like that. Fun to read with a child if you want to get up and do a little bit of moving. So Stretch by Doreen Cronin and Scott Minchin, I believe. That's another good read aloud, I think.
Okay, these two books are ready to read books. We have the Science of Fun Stuff and the History of Fun Stuff. Both of these books you learn from the books. They have quizzes in the backs of them, pre-level, level 1, level 2, and level 3.
Those are great. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I've taken one or two of those books and made a program out of it. The Story of Hot Chocolate, so I really like those. I like to learn history or science in the form of a story, and that's not exactly a story, but it's more fun. Lots of pictures inside.
Yes, very pretty. Yes, it is.
Several pictures.
Several. Yes, it is.
So if you have a child that doesn't particularly love to read, they don't think they do yet, having a book with lots of pictures, because it is hard to make that jump from lots of pictures to mostly chapters. It's hard, so those kind of books help with a lot of pictures. This is another little series, Ick and Crud. Who did it? Ick and Crud are two dogs, and of course they're getting into lots of trouble or solving mysteries. There's also a cat in here. Her name is Miss Puffy. Well, in this one, Miss Puffy loses a toy, and they're blaming Ick and Crud. Well, it's not their fault, but they go on a hunt to solve the mystery of her missing toy. A couple of things about this book. It is a first chapter book, so kind of like the book you just mentioned. It has pictures, but it has more words than a picture book, but it has several chapters and lots of pictures. So easy if you're making that jump, like we said, from all books with mostly pictures to books with chapters. This is a good way to do that. This also has a QR code on it, so you can scan the QR code with your phone or your tablet, and you have the book to read. So those are nice, especially a lot of times now people will come in and say, oh, we're about to go traveling for Thanksgiving or Christmas, and we're going to return all our books. We don't want to take any with us. We don't want to run the risk of leaving them at Grandma's. So they will scan some books and take them with them so they have something to read, something to do in the car. Right. Well, we're going to pause and take a commercial break, and we'll be right back. Marilyn and I will be back in just a minute to show you some more books.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Sylacauga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room to surgery to cancer treatment to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Sylacauga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by and see us today. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
Welcome back to Library Connection. Marilyn and I from upstairs at the library are talking about some of our favorite books and some of our newer books that have come in upstairs. Been buying a lot of books, and one way that we're able to purchase books is people donate money. I've done this. People have done it for years, I think several years. You can donate some money to the B.B. Comer Library Foundation, and with that money we purchase books that we need. We go through our collection and buy fly guide books because we think people will like them, or whatever books we think we're in need of at that time or would like to get. And inside the books is a nice book plate. Catherine does a great job with these, donated by somebody in memory of or in honor of. This is a wonderful way to honor someone, someone in your family that maybe has everything or loves to read or would just like to be thought of in some way during the holidays or birthdays or any time. You can do it in honor of someone or in memory of someone. So what a wonderful way. Just come by the library and we can help you with that. But it's a nice way to help children read. And a lot of our books, you see all the books with plates, we're all with donations. So we're very grateful for our friends that do that. I'm going to start with this one I've got in my hand. Jan Thomas writes a lot of fun books on our floor, a lot of easy books. This is My Friends Make Me Happy. I just love her books. They have nice large pictures. They're fun to read aloud, and just lots of funny things go on in her books. So they're a lot of fun. Love those.
Okay, I'm going to start with this book, November. We have 12 of them. We have them from January to December. I just chose November since it is November. But this book has a unique code in the inside of it. You can put the code in the computer and read your books. It can read out loud to you, or you can read the book yourself. It has quizzes in the back. It's very good. It's a very interesting book for anybody that loves to read. And it's mostly juvenile, though.
I think I've read through those and learned a few things that happen certain months or holidays or Thanksgiving in other countries, things like that. It's a lot of fun. Well, if you know much about children's books, you've heard the name Mo Willems. He has written Knuffle Bunny books, the Pigeon books, Elephant and Piggy, and those also say checked out all the time. This is another series that he has called Unlimited Squirrels. This is Unlimited Squirrels in I Lost My Tooth. Somewhat like Jan Thomas to me, the large pictures, lots of fun words. These are some of my favorites for story time because the kids love them. They're all so fun. Squirrels do not know much about teeth. I don't know. I need to see. But these are also fun as gifts or just to read, especially to read aloud with a child in your home. Right.
Okay, these books right here are biographies for juveniles. We have Crayola Creators, Board Game Builder, Play-Doh Pioneer, and Slinky Innovators. They are biographies that tell about different toys, who made them, what they're made of, and where they're made from. And they're very easy to use for children that's doing a project at school.
Oh, that's true. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, it's a great project. And those are fun toys that I played with Slinkies.
Yes, I did too.
Yeah, and it's kind of neat to know the whole story of that. And kids enjoy that too. I've actually used some of those books for programs for kids and for adults, for toys that we've played with. This is a nonfiction book. There's a bug on my book, and I guess basically we talk about nonfiction and fiction. Fiction is a story. Nonfiction is going to be facts, true facts. But this is in a fun way. There's a bug in my book, lots of pictures. Hey, there's a bug in my book. It's a beetle, and it'll tell you to move along, blow on the book, tilt the book, pick the book up and tip the top of the book towards you till the spider hangs down. So what a fun way to sit and read about a story. Holds your attention because you're doing something. You're tilting the book, you're turning the pages, you're blowing on it, but you're learning about different bugs and snakes and things. And in the back, if you have a child that really loves that kind of thing, it tells a little bit more information about beetles, snakes, grasshoppers, things like that. So we have a lot of kids that come in that really enjoy nonfiction. They're looking for something true, some facts. So something like this is fun, even for your young ones. They enjoy that.
Okay, this is an easy book, Little Red by Bethan Woolven. This is just a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood, an easy read for little children.
I love it. Lots of pretty pictures. Lots of pretty pictures. Now, the bicentennial is coming up. Alabama's bicentennial. We will be 200 years old in December, and we did a lot of that this summer, a lot of our story times related to the bicentennial, famous people from Alabama, famous events, famous places. This is a book, Alabama, My Home Sweet Home. I think I read it during the summer. Yeah. And I've shared it with lots of other groups that I do programs with, and a lot of our adults have said, hey, I'd like to have a copy of that for my grandchildren to know a little bit more about Alabama, My Home Sweet Home. It'll be famous people, famous places, events that happened, things like that. And I've enjoyed reading this book. There's couple of places in here that I have not been to. Demopolis, I think it's the White Bluffs of Demopolis. So that's someplace I want to visit. Well, we'll have to go. Somebody said, when you go, take a snapshot of it and bring it back and show. So that's something. This is really good. Like I said, I've had a lot of people say, I think I'm going to go on Amazon or somewhere and purchase the book, or go to a bookstore and see if they can get it. But this is great. It's Alabama, My Home Sweet Home by Charles Guinia, and it's illustrated by Michelle Hazelwood Hyde. Both of these people are from Alabama. Just let you know some of the more famous people and famous places from Alabama. Good time to buy it during the bicentennial.
Okay, tortoise and turtle are not friends. Okay, this book is about two enemies that learn more about each other in the time past. They believe that they're supposed to be enemies, but things happen that make them become friends. They get into a pickle and really, really need each other.
I like that story.
I like it too. This is a great book for little kids.
That's fun.
It sure is.
Now, I'm going to go to this book, Uni the Unicorn, A Story About Believing. Well, we know girls love unicorns. Yes. They love them. So we really searched out some books about unicorns, and these are fun. We have several of these books. It's about a little girl and her unicorn, and a story about believing. You can just imagine. Pretty pictures. I love this. And something for little girls, of course. And of course, they wouldn't slide down rainbows. So it's a little story about a little girl and a unicorn, and every little girl loves them. So I think little girls would love that especially.
Okay, Thunder Trucks by Cheryl Klein and Katie Beeble. Okay, this is a little boy's dream. How they love trucks. A great gift and a great read-along.
That's great. We're going to pause here for another commercial break, and we'll be right back. Marilyn and I will be back to talk about some more books.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Silicaga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room to surgery to cancer treatment to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Silicaga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
Marble City Pharmacy in Silicaga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by and see us today. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
Welcome back to Library Connection. Marilyn Willis and I from upstairs at the library have brought a lot of books from upstairs to share with you as possible gifts or as something you just want to come by the library and check out and read. Before we get started with some more books, I want to remind everybody that the library, we're having our Christmas concert on December 11th. It'll be Wednesday. It's the Carter family. They're Southern gospel with a touch of bluegrass is what I read about them. They're a family, all play musical instruments and sing. That should be a wonderful time. The refreshments begin at 10:30 and then the program begins at 12. Now come to the refreshments if you can. If you're coming on your lunch hour from work and just can get there for the concert, just do that. But it'll be a fun time. Kind of set up like Brown Bag, except refreshments start a little bit earlier. And we have such wonderful volunteers and people that help with all of that. We couldn't make it without them. All right, now let me get to this book. Just Ask, Be Different, Be Brave, Be You. This is by Sonia Sotomayor, if I can say that. This is a story about several children planting a garden, and all the children are different. I think this is a great book, especially if your child is in a wheelchair, if they have asthma, if they stutter, different things that people deal with. Each of these children is different, but they contribute to the garden in their own way, and they're very accepting of each other. So that's a great story to read to children, I think.
Okay, this is another book in our Bad Kitty series. It's Bad Kitty Goes to the Vet.
Everybody loves Bad Kitty. I know.
Yes.
Now we're getting, or what I'm getting to more are the books for older children. Now you still got some easy ones too. These are juvenile fiction. This is Struck by Lightning. This is from the movie Cars. Kids come in and they want a book about a movie, and we have several. So that's great. This is Struck by Lightning for a little boy especially who loves to read. More words, more chapters, but a lot of fun about a subject they already know.
There's a Monster in Your Book by Tom Fletcher. We have 3 other books. There's a dragon in your book, there's an elf in your book, and there's an alien in your book. In these books, Tom Fletcher invites the kids to use their powers of imagination.
All right. Those are so fun. People are always looking for those. They get one, they come back and ask if we got any more. That's great. Okay, this is another juvenile book. You Choose Justice League, The Ultimate Weapon. These books, we have several of these too. You choose the ending. It will, you'll get to a certain page and it'll say, if you want to do this, go to page, 25. If you want to do this, go to page 27. So you choose the ending to the book, and that's kind of fun. You could read it over and over again. It says 12 possible endings. So I think that sounds a lot of fun.
Okay. Pardon Me, It's Ham, Not Turkey by Lisa Sahay. This is a nonfiction book telling how the turkey became the symbol for Thanksgiving.
It almost was ham. Was that right?
Yes, it almost was.
Oh, that seems funny. I wouldn't imagine that. Now, these books are some that children really love. It's part of the I Survived series. This is I Survived the Great Molasses Flood of 1919. I did not know this story. I haven't read the whole book, but I read through it. Well, we'll have to read it. The Great Molasses Flood, their I Survived series, they are in the fiction section, but the facts in the story about the molasses flood are true. Whether there was a girl named Sarah and a boy named John, we don't know, but what a wonderful way to learn history in the form of a story. And kids just eat these up. They love them. There's the Titanic, there's 9/11, the Great Chicago Fire, so many of our disasters in history, and how they're all kids in the stories, how they managed to survive that. So a great way to learn a little bit of history, I think.
Pippa's Night Parade by Lisa Robinson. This is about a little girl named Pippa who uses her imagination, but at night she gets really, really afraid because it runs a little too wild for her.
Oh, those are
It's
fun.
a fun read. It really is. I like this book.
I do too.
I really like this book.
We have our favorites, I think. Our favorite books, I think too. Here's one by Lucille Calandro, who has taken the story. There was an old lady who swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. We usually know that story. She has written several with the same kind of style there, but there was an old astronaut who swallowed the moon. So within this story, lots of pictures, and kids love them because they look similar, so they're used to that. And you learn things like what a meteoroid is and comets, things like this. But you know, in the same story, she's going to swallow everything, and then something's going to happen in the end to get them all back together. But these are a lot of fun. She has some for fall, for beginning of school, for Easter, things like that. A lot of fun. But if your kids know Lucille Calandro in these books, they'll like those.
Okay. Oi Cat by Kes Gray and Jim Field. There are several of these Oi books at our library. We have Oi Dog, Oi Duck, Oi Frog. They are hilarious too. They do a lot of rhyming and read out loud books.
I love books that rhyme. I use those in an after-school program at one of the schools here, and the kids could finish it for me because of the rhyming, and I love that, I guess, because I used to be a teacher. I love for them to be able to help me finish the book, finish the story out, knowing the rhyming words, and they're hilarious. I love those. I love those stories. This is the Sisters Grimm, the Council of Mirrors. This is not a new series. This is a copy we did not have in our library, and we bought one of the newer ones. Has an updated cover, makes it more appealing, I think, for children today to look at. This is fantasy, adventure, mystery, and humor in there, all that together. It's like fractured fairy tales, somewhat along that line. The Brothers Grimm are the stories, the fairy tales and things that we know. This is the Sisters Grimm. They're helping the Brothers Grimm, so that's a good one. Now, before I've got a couple more books I want to talk about. I want to tell you about our app at the library. It's called Libby by Overdrive. Yes, a fresh and easy way to borrow and read Overdrive books. You can just download this to your phone, your tablet. Very easy to check out books. If you have a library card with us, you can check out books. They're free. They're ebooks. Just go to your app store, Google Play Store, whatever that is, and you find it, download it. You can download their books for adults, books for children, read aloud books for children, and then audio books for adults. I know my husband has a little bit of a drive into work, so he uses those. He'll download them and listen to a book on the way to work, you know, that 20-minute drive. So it's great, especially if you're going on vacation or going to visit family over the Christmas holidays. You can download a book for the whole family to enjoy, or the kids can have it on their tablet and things like that. One thing too, Marilyn, I forgot to mention is AR. Oh, yeah. All of our books that have an orange dot have an AR test with them. Now, the schools have different colored dots, but our dots are all orange and they have the reading level. This is a 4.4, so it's a fourth grade book, around the middle of fourth grade, and that's all just a guide. Everybody reads at a different level, but it gives you a guideline. And if your student is taking AR test at school, then they're going to be able to take an AR test on this book. You can't take tests at the library, but we have the books. Well, we are about out of time. I will close one more time with, if you would like to get the Magic and Stone, the Sylacauga Marble Story, come by the library to get it. They are $29. And thank you, Marilyn, for joining me today. We had fun. We had fun choosing all these books, getting to choose our favorites. So I hope you will come see us over the break when you're out for Thanksgiving and Christmas, or just come in anytime and see us and check out some good books. Thank you.